Let's do it. We're doing another hour. We're gonna go 5 SV, and then we're gonna go 5 MT. We've updated our UI with a little MT and the SV gold per hour from yesterday. MT is sitting at 338 gold per hour. SV is sitting at 370 gold per hour. And we're rocking and rolling. We're stocked up with everything that we need. And we're going to head over to the Steamvaults and make some more money. We are rocking dark leather gloves, 9 vulnerability belt, rocket boots extreme, charm of alacrity, and Morrow's lucky pocket watch. When I hit both of these, which are trinketed or macro to this evasion, I have 110% dodge. Obviously, you don't need the extra 10%, but I mean, whatever. Oh, I could take the charm of alacrity off, actually. And just always have the cloaking device up there. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's save that. And we never have to worry about that being on. All right, that's good. We did 6 hours yesterday. We did 3 hours of SV. And we did 3 hours of MT. Yeah, it took a little bit longer than 6 hours because I was dilly-dallying and chatting the chat. And making a fair few mistakes. It's been a while since I've been in SV. So we're just going to get better and better and make more money. We're just going to keep this series up, MT versus SV, and we're just going to keep tracking our gold per hour averages. And yeah, see which one truly is best. Honestly, it's much of a muchness. They're both great for different reasons. We got our wisdom tooth pulled out today. So we've got a nice big hole in my mouth. And we're feeling pretty good about that. We'll be able to chew on the right side of our mouth again, which we haven't been able to do for about 6 months. So feeling pretty good about that. I was only like in China to get an extraction done. It was €55. I don't know what that is in dollars, probably $60 or $70. So super reasonable. I didn't even have to wait. I just walked I went to KFC, got a Zinger burger. I had like a dental place like on Google Maps that was recommended. I couldn't be arsed walking to it. There was a dental clinic right beside KFC. I was like, I'll try here. Got in the lift upstairs, x-rayed, $55, sure. Straight in, local anesthetic, crack, lever, tooth out, less than 5 minutes. Done. $55. It was great. Absolutely great. I don't think I'm even going to bother with that stuff. We've changed our consumables a little bit. I'm going to try swim speed potions because they're only like 50 silver each, whereas the water walking are up to like 2 or 3 gold now. So I think I can get away with swim speed. No chest left. Chest is right. Is it locked? Nope, that's beautiful. So we are going to wait for him. We want him to be around here. This timing actually looks pretty good. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Oh, they phased out. That's actually handy to know. That's a Boglord Addy. We'll probably skip that, to be honest. And a Fell Iron. Take the Fell. I really like this new pathing, though. All right, it's locked. Hit our prep. We're going to wait here for a minute. Old man McBacon here with a wheezy old cough. We're going to hit our swim speed. Fungus 46. Hey man, how's it going? Man in terms of the daily heroic. I did it with a group today. The mobs hit like trucks for 3 to 4k. You sure it's going to be soloable with better gear? I'm not sure, of course. Of course, I'm not sure. But I still think so. I still think so. Because we have 100% dodge when we have our trinkets up, right? And we hit like trucks too. And as long as we blow, it's going to be a case where, let me focus here for a sec. Oh, interesting. Oh, doubly interesting. It's kind of new. What am I doing, by the way? Oh. Okay. Wake up. Wake up. Okay, so here's the thing, right? We got our evasion, we got our trinket, we have 100% dodge rating for 10 seconds on the trinket and 15 seconds on evasion. Right? So we sap one because the maximum, there's 2 packs on the packs you have around the chests are either a 2-pack or a 3-pack, right? So the 2-pack, we sap one and we burst him down, or we probably with a 2-pack, we're just going to open up on them, cheap shot, caster evasion. We've got 15 seconds basically to burn them down. Even after they hit like trucks, once our blade flurry falls off, we blind one of them and we keep working on the other one. Then we gouge him with improved gouge and we get a full bandage off. Then we have a super healing potion. You know, we've got a lot of different tricks. And, you know, if you've got the right trinkets, if you collect the right things, I think it's definitely going to be doable. But again, look, it's definitely going to be, think about it like this, right? If you have Wrath gear and you're level 80, is it going to be doable? Yes. If you have full Sunwell Plateau gear and you're level 70, is it going to be doable? Yes. So there's just a point at which it becomes doable, and it's about finding that point. And I reckon it's probably going to be either at the end of phase 3 or beginning/middle of phase 4. That's my theory, but I could be wrong. You could be right. You could be right. I could be I could be underestimating the heroic or overestimating myself. Either or. But yeah, they hit like trucks. For sure. But if we can get Tavarok, I got Tavarok down to like 30% a couple of months ago. That was before I had Talon and my full death mantle and all that. So, you know, if we can survive for 45 seconds to a minute with Tavarok, then I think we can manage to do the heroics. Now, it all depends, but I think so. So we were a little bit early, I think, on the last pull because there was two casters there kind of waiting for us. I think this feels about right. Let's do this. It looks like the swim speed potion is actually going to be the perfect amount of time to get from this spot to the bottom of the ramp, which is so clean. I love that. Look at that. That's so nice. And they cost a fraction of what the water walking cost. Yeah, I'm basing it on myself. I hit 70 a couple of weeks ago. I'm still working on my pre-raid miss. Yeah. That's a different beast. That is a different beast. I'm going to do this one. We made it. And, oh. Nice little cheeky parry there. We love that. Get out of it. Okay, so we've got some kinks to iron out with that pull, but I really like that. Swim speed potion is looking super viable. Working on my pre-raid base. I'm in normal mana tombs and I can still die pretty often if I get unlucky. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's the balance between skill cap and gear, right? The more geared you are, the less skill you need. And the less geared you are, the more skill you need. When I say skill, I mean experience is part of skill. It's just knowing what your timing, what to do and when. But yeah, it gets much easier with gear. Yeah. People underestimate, I think, how much easier it gets with gear. I started to notice one caster will be at the bridge if I'm waiting in the water for about 8 seconds. K-Pack 922. Yeah, there's definitely some different things going on this time around. 100%. Like the water elementals patrol differently now. I haven't been in here in 2 months, but the water elementals patrol differently now, which is strange. So I think they might have made some changes. I'm just going to kill these two guys here for shits and giggles because I just want to see like the difference in power level from coming in here earlier to the gear I have now is just absolutely phenomenal. I had so much fun. And you get coil fang armorants from these guys. And of course, a chance at an epic. I haven't gotten an epic from either one of them yet. But one of them usually drops a, well, not usually, but often drops a qualifying armament. I remember you doing Tavarok 2 months ago. Did you try it anymore, or are you waiting for P3 gear? I didn't try it anymore. It was a bit of a side project, just a kind of fun thing to do. But I started traveling then. But I will get back to it at some point when I feel like it. But I want this MT versus SV comparison series now is kind of my focus. That might be something I'll do on a weekend or something like that. When I get bored of this, we'll just go in and see if we can kill Tavarok. I feel like there's probably something about that fight that I'm missing in the theory that could be like a cheesy strat that will just make it like super easy. So yeah, we'll see. Somebody in the chat said that they heard they came out of Mana Tombs and two rogues were talking about having done it. And if that's the case, then the other thing that could have been happening was that the person could have been just baiting me to try and get me to attempt it. But I don't know, if somebody has figured out how to do it, then there's probably some useful piece of information or some trickery or shenanigans to make it a bit easier. Or they just got super lucky RNG on Crystal Prison and so on. So if that person was telling the truth, then people have already done it, which means it's doable. All right, no chest left, no chest right. Yeah, the water areas are different too. Yeah, they used to patrol straight down and up, and now they patrol here and go over there. It's actually quite nice though, in one way. It's annoying in another. It's annoying because you have to wait a little bit longer for them to go away if you want to pull something here, like this chest, for example. But it's really nice because we can actually distract them when they go up there. We can distract and we can get this vein without having to wait for them to go all the way back up here again. So it takes with one hand, it gives with the other. Maybe they went in fully raid buffed with consumes and everything. Mm. Yeah, it could have been that. Could have been that. And if that's the case, we wouldn't bother trying to emulate that because it's still RNG, and you just, as soon as you die, you lose all your buffs. So. Shit, we missed the motor water last time. Super rusty. All right, that feels like long enough. Let's just hit our swim speed potion. Yeah. I got about 14 runs today and cleared about. I did about 14 runs today and cleared about 650 gold. That's with DE and prospecting the Felline. Got a lucky living ruby from brilliant glass and quite a few large shards. Very, very nice. Was that MT or SV, brother? Let's just call it 15 for easy math, and then bump it up to like. So if it's 15, 656 divided by 3 is 200. 50 divided by 3 is like, what, 17? 217? Seems a little low. But money's money. That was SV runs, all non-NG pulls. Were you doing them in 12, like were you hitting lockout in an hour or were you going over the hour? At 217 gold an hour, that's pretty low. You should be getting more out of it. But non-NG is tricky if you're learning it. You die a lot. And, I mean, I still ignore the Boglord vein, sometimes if I'm not arsed, if I'm tired or whatever. So that losing that vein every 3 out of 4 runs is. Or I think it's 2 out of 5 runs it can be there. So 2 in an hour you lose. So that takes a little chunk out of it as well. I find myself crouching down close to the mic because it's Sunday. People have come back to their rooms, so there's somebody in the room opposite me. I'm trying to be kind of quiet, but it's kind of uncomfortable. So I'm just going to go back to normal. I hope that you can hear me okay. Did we get all our swag? I don't try to max gold per hour. I think I hit lockout once. I could max gold per hour by doing MT runs, but I do SV runs purely for the fun of it. Yeah. It is fun. Like, it is fun. Yeah, I love it, man. I love the fun of it. MT does get boring after a while. It is nice to go into MT when you get a new piece of gear, or if you're very well geared and you can just melt through the mobs. It is quite satisfying, but it gets very dull and boring. And hitting lockout in 30 or 35 minutes is kind of boring as well, because I don't know about you, but when I hit lockout, I go back, I'll send the stuff over, I'll log my alt, I'll disenchant, I'll put the stuff on the auction house, I'll buy some bits, send some stuff back, and then you've got 10 or 15 minutes. It's not really enough time to do anything. So you're just kind of hanging around. It's great if you're working from home or something like that. But I'm just kind of hanging around, just wanting to get going again. So I agree about it's another thing that I love about SV. You can just keep rolling through. Oh yeah, this one. It's locked. I think we're just going to chance an NG run anyway because we've got our stuff ready. And the Ellies are going away, so this could be really nice. Oh, perfect. Oh, that flagpole is so annoying, but this is nice. You can shadow step behind the water at least. But we're a bit too late, I think. Oh, we might make it. We might make it. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Oh no. Okay, my headphones actually died like 5 minutes ago, so I've been playing without sound. So we're gonna remedy that. Yeah. All right. There we go. Okay, we're gonna have to focus up. We're gonna do the walkouts in under an hour. But it's nice that we got the two chests and both the veins. And that was on the way out, so we can just reset and go again. Yeah. Oh, it's open. I love that. We are gonna distract it because I wanna. Oh my god. Gotta change these. I know we can't go now anyway. We have to wait for our boots to come off, so we'll get that one on the way out. I played this spec in so long, and shift one is normally my bandage, but it used to be my macros on shift one for this spec. Don't ask me why. And when I respec into this, that I haven't had these bars for 2 months. So I put them just the old way around, but I have used a free action potion and blown my cooldown like 5 times in the last 24 hours because of muscle memory and just instantly going for bandage. So I'm just swapping them back. I think we can come out of stealth here. Okay, if anything, that's a lesson in how to keep your head about you when shit hits the fan. Use all your cooldowns. Remember what you can do, and you can save yourself from death. Even if you aggro a boglord in the middle of the dungeon, you can still get out. You plan on streaming any raids? Yeah, I'll stream all my raids. We raid once. Well, I raid once a week because I only have one raiding character. This character. I sign up on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and the raid the guild leaders will put me wherever they want me, and then I wake up at 2 a.m. because I'm in China, and I group into the raid, and we start the raid at half 2 a.m. my time, and then I raid until about 5 p.m. and 5 a.m. and then I go back to sleep, and then I wake up at half 7 for breakfast. But I only have to do that once a week, so it's not the end of the world. And if the raid is on a Friday, it's perfect because Friday 8 p.m. server time is Saturday morning 2 a.m. for me. So that's great because I get to get up at 2 a.m. and then I can sleep in, whatever I want. So there isn't no way to get to this mine. You can go this way, but he has to be pathed all the way over here. Which he isn't. And I'm not arse waiting and I'm not going around. I'll get that one on the way back. So yeah, now that I'm set up, everything's set up, I'll stream raids every week. Oh, I love this thank you so much. I was requested not to share the Discord voice channel on my raids by some people in the guild because they don't like the sound of their voice, which is fair enough. Some people, it's a privacy thing. It's 100% fine. No problem with that at all. It just means the Discord will be off. You'll hear me chatting on the disc, but you won't hear the disc. So we're just going to wait for our 23 seconds here. And then we're just going to click vanish this chest. GG man, that next day must be hard in training. Yeah, but it's already hard because it's 35 degrees in the daytime and it's midnight now. It's midnight. And this is the temperature. That's degrees centigrade. That's outside. In my room, it's 3 or 4 degrees warmer than that, and there's no aircon. So every day is hard at the moment. There's mini bitchings and fights breaking out because people can't sleep when they're wrecked from training and it's just too sweaty. But it won't last too long. Okay, so we're going to do this one. We're going to vanish. And we're going to click it again while he's in evade state running back. If you're too late and he gets back, he'll enter combat. But if you time it just right, you can grab that chest. I love that. Oh my god, we still only have 7 motes of water. We are forgetting to zap throttle. How dare we? So interesting little videos coming out today about Classic Plus. No Hit Jerome put one out, and a couple other people put out some videos. There was a leak, apparently a leak, and he was reviewing something that Mark Kern had said, and it was actually very much in line with what I was saying yesterday. Mark Kern had made an interview some years ago saying if they ever do Classic Plus, might have been years, maybe it was months, but if they ever do Classic Plus, they need to look at the pillars of what makes WoW Classic great, and they need to make sure that they don't cross the line and go outside of those pillars and stay true to those. And he said, for example, keeping the talents the way they are, keeping the class identities the way they are. And he alluded to some other things like it'd be wonderful if the world, the route that was taken with retail, he said like after TBC, basically, that's when the kind of it started going off the rails away from the ethos and the design pillars of classic into what is now retail. And he said, you know, we have an opportunity to wind the clock back and take WoW forward again, but reroute it onto the in the right direction. And this leak, if it is legitimate, says that Blizzard is intending to do just that. They're going to keep the same talents. You know, they're going to tweak them a little bit. They're going to keep the same zones. There's going to be no new zones. They're going to update the quest lines. They're going to, if this leak is true, it's everything that we want to hear. It's everything that I mentioned yesterday. They're treating it with the respect that it deserves, which is really, really cool. So I hope that it's true. I hope that leak is true. One might say you live in a Steamvault IRL. So true. It's exactly, and my bathroom is even worse. My bathroom is almost 40 degrees because there's zero ventilation in there. It's a tiny little box room and there's water all over the floor. So it's really humid as well. That is the Steamvault for sure. That's it, right? Let's hit a snake step. I'm pretty sure we got everything. No, we missed the first chest because we didn't have the boots and the belt. We'll get that now. Yeah. Damn, in the previous apartment, I bought one of those standing tower ACs. All you have to do is hook it up to the pipe on the window that releases the hot air, but it got the room down to around 24 and it was around 30 before. It only cost me like 150 euros. So you can buy them on Taobao over here for about 40 euro. And my neighbor recommended that I buy one today, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just not set up on Taobao yet because I need to have like registered Chinese number and everything is in Chinese. I need to get this. Surf is the name of the. I got that bug again. We can't open the chest. That's so annoying. There's a Chinese guy that runs a shop in the Kung Fu Academy, and that's where people hang out because it's got AC. And anyone who wants to buy something on Taobao, just ask Surf, and he'll order it for you and do that. So I've got a list of about 12 different things I need to buy. Basically, I need to get creatine. I need to get nicotine patches. I need to get an AC for my room. I need to get cotton socks, and so on. And the list continues. 40, get two of them, yeah, exactly. One for the Steamvault, one for the bathroom, and one for my room. One each side of the bed, yeah, exactly. But I bought a. I bought a bottle of melatonin. So I'm going to schwally one of them. I'm going to schwally one of them when I finish the 5 runs here. And that'll be kicking in by the time I finish the 30-minute run. 30 minutes in Manitoums. And then I'll hit the hay. And get up for training tomorrow. This looks perfect. We have to do a long pull though because we don't have our belt or our boots. We do have a prep though. Yeah, if you do get days like that, you have your evasion up, you just backpedal and just keep moving backwards. They're not going to be able to hit you. That feels about right. See, that's the problem. I forgot about that with the swim speed portion. It's on the same time as free action potion. So we may need to vanish. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's why I stopped using them before. Because you can't free action. That's all right. Yep, exactly. So let's get the second chest. I mean, we might as well get the mines over here. Okay, so with these guys, if you just run, if you do pull them like this, if you just run to this corner, you should be able to de-aggro them. You should just de-aggro up here. Yeah, and now we have stealth back. They're tied to this area. As long as you pull them far enough away, they'll just they'll just hit the road and de-aggro. Well, they look small, but their aggro radius for stealth is pretty big. Oh, we got a knight, so nice. Hopefully, the second chest is chest 8, so we can just combat it or click vanish it. There it is. It's locked. So we will be taking around the corner. And we did use our sprint, but we do have steps, so we can just step to this grab, which will allow us to get 2 clicks on this before he gets back. Not that we needed it. And that's a nice 20 gold. Bringer Death, large shard. A snake's tail. Two minutes on boots. All right, I'm just gonna long pull it. And again, we just turn and backpedal because they can't hit us, right? And now we can swim speed. Keep dropping down to the mic. East, physician, agility, gorilla. Nothing really we need to worry about. This feels about right, so we're gonna swim pat now. That's really nice timing. We won't have our vanishing time, we won't have our prepping time, but we do have our enormous cloaking device on. And that blind's going off perfectly. Look at that. 3, 2, 1. Oh shit, but watch this. Oh fuck. Ah, what the fuck? Ah, I thought we got it. Was so close. We frog stepped it. That was a clutch frog step. All right, what happened there? We didn't wait long enough in the water. We're not used to swim speed potioning. So we need to just wait a little bit longer in the water. All right. Ah, nice one. This is it. This is Rusty. It's all part of learning, relearning the farm. There are a lot of little angles to this farm that you get used to. But something that I love about it is there's so many different ways to do the pulls. Like the basics are pretty much the same, but even that, there's multiple types of pulls you can do for different chests. So you can really make it your own. There's a lot of different ways you can make each of the pulls work. You know, Samwise, one of my subscribers, and he got a rogue up and learned the farm and followed along. And then he started using the rocket boots when he comes up the ramp out of the water, and you've got those when you wait for the guard to pass and then you run. You've got those two niggas there where chest 8 is. He started just using the rocket boots right there. Rocket boots through them. And you still got enough speed boost on the rocket boots to spin around and actually just jump over the bridge gap that we normally frog step over. And I'd never even considered that. So, you know, the guy dinged 70, went into Steamvaults, and within 24 hours, not only did he hit 5 lockouts in an hour, but he'd also developed his own methodology for a part of the for a part of one of the pulls. Like, it's so much fun. So much fun. Okay, I do want to get that chest though. And I don't mind getting it because we've got one run left. That says 5, but it's actually 4. Right, because we didn't reset, did we? No. And we've got 15 minutes. But because it's our first hour of the day, there's a shadow 12 minutes on here. So we have to wait anyway. So we've got all the time in the world to get this chest. Now we've got everything we need. We've got our boots. I'll belt this up in 10 seconds. Yeah, we're going to wait for them to go, which means we're going to distract these early. So that we'll probably have our distract back by the time they get to here in case we need to distract them again or the Ellies. On chest 2, non-NG pull, have you noticed one of the casters not pulling or returning to the area of the chest so far ahead of the other mobs? I find myself having to sap her and leave the chest. Interesting. I don't remember that ever happening. Okay, we are gonna distract them. I don't remember that happening, but that might have been something they changed. Oh, we can step through them. That's nice. And a scroll of Agi will take it. Huh. I love the shenanigans. I love the shenanigans in here. Okay, let's reset. Oh, yeah. Let's focus up. Yeah, you've got to, if you, once you know all your tricks, once you know all your tricks, and you're so used to using them, you can get yourself out of situations handy enough. It is locked, but what we're going to do with a locked one, I think, I'm not going to long pull it. I'm just going to chance it. With this chest, I like to chance it. Because if it fails, we'll just try it on the way back out again. Right? Oh, I don't have my belt or my boots. And I don't have Vanish either. Great. This is yeah, this is just me totally forgetting the requirements of Steamvault. You have to have your shit off cooldown. You have to check that your shit is off cooldown. Check that your shit is off cooldown. Okay, my shit is on cooldown. All right, now I can do it. Actually, I can't. I have to wait for this patrol to come back. Thought it was raining. I was praying it was raining. Alas, it is not. And that bug again. Fuck this bug. I hate you. I hate you. You know, another thing that they're not that the Blizzard hasn't fixed, you know, this Spanish bug, which is obviously apparent and has effects in other places in the game as well. I'm just, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I forgot about the tilting things in SV. The lock chests failing on pickpocket, and that chest bug where once you get back to the chest after you vanish, you still can't open it. Mm, 30 seconds on swing speed is fine, but we need this to be down to like a minute really, before we go. Once it gets to a minute, we're okay. I think I'm just going to chance it. I think this will be okay. My memory serves me. Are we going to be too fast again? That's what I'm wondering. Yep. We can vanish. Oh, Steamvaults. Steamvaults. You're a fickle mistress. Yeah, I think there's two ways we can go about it. Number one, we can just go look for peace of mind. We're just going to go back to free action potions, or rather swim speed potions, and buy them in bulk when they're a gold each. And that seems like a fair enough idea and reasonable idea. But then the other side of me says, no, use the swim speed potions because they cost, you know, half that, and figure out how to make that work. And that's what I should do. But the lazy rogue in me is like just buy the water walking. But honestly, I think it's going to work out pretty much. Once you factor in the price of consumables for Steamvault, at least on my server, The farms are almost identical. We go for Oh, we're doing pretty well actually. Uh, we got 363 gold. We didn't get any. We got a night sight. That was it, wasn't it? What's the night sight though? 363 gold. And we still have to open that chest as well. And we've got 2 minutes before we hit an hour. Or, well, a minute, but whatever. I mean, we've got. Even if I go over an hour, I'll still count this as an hour's worth of loot because I did stupid shit and died. But it's still technically the amount of money you can get in under an hour if you're playing like properly, not like a slob like me. But I'm surprised that it's so high since we didn't really get anything like noteworthy. Straight cash 45 gold, sure. Uncommon, yeah, sure. 50 sure. The bringer of death. It's counting the bringer of death as the auction house value. But still, that's only an extra 10 gold. But I suppose it all adds up. And that's 33, that's 42 gold more. Oh, yeah. 300, and we gotta, okay. Let's just do this. One nice thing about using the swim speed pots is you don't have to worry about getting hit and knocking our water walking off, which is kind of nice. And hey, we get to test we get to test out how long we need to wait here before we swim speed potion. I'm gonna wait for an extra 5 seconds than last time. What feels like 5 seconds to me anyway. Which is probably about there, I think. And we got the first chest, didn't we? And it's just good. It's our last one. We get the first chest, didn't we? No, we didn't get the first chest. Jesus. Another large Masonic shard. That's cool. Oh, we got a lot of super mana potions. We got 20 gold in super mana potions. And we still have, we're at 400 gold. Holy shit, we're at 400 gold and we still have one chest to go. And we didn't even get like anything like super noteworthy, to be honest. You know, a couple of blues. We got a night's eye, sure. We even left we left a vein behind here in one of the runs as well. That's pretty surprising. I don't really think we need the boots. We can get away with this one, I'm sure, without the boots. But we do want to have our sprint. That's 30 seconds, so we need to wait. Still grinding. Yeah. I was grinding in the dentist earlier on today. I had this back molar taken out. Only like 55 euro in China, which is really nice. And I got I went in, I said, can you take this tooth out? They're like, yeah, give us 55 euro. I went, they x-rayed it. And I didn't have to sit, I didn't have to wait around them. Stuck me in a chair, needle, anesthetic, grind, crack. She just went like that and just, they sucked it out. And that was it. I was done. I was out in like an hour. So that was pretty nice. And I got a few bits and bobs. But I only slept for like 5 hours last night. It was so hot. It's been a long old day. And I've just finished. This is all I've done in Flames, just 5 runs. I'm gonna finish this run, and then I'm gonna take one of these melatonin tablets to help me sleep in this heat. I'm gonna pop out for a quick smoke, and then we're gonna go to Mana Tombs. We're gonna do 5 Mana Tombs, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I just wanted to get 2 lockouts in today to keep the rhythm going. I'm distracting these because while I have my sprint up and my belt and the pots, I don't have my boots, but I can do it with sprint, it's fine. But I need to wait 30 seconds for this vanish. And honestly, I think we're gonna have to wait anyway. Because once they get to like there, if I pull now, pull them back here, freeze them, run back. By the time I get to here and I'm opening the chest, these guys are coming. It's really annoying. Well, I suppose I could distract them, right? But it's too late now. Yeah, I could have done that. I could have distracted them on the way. Okay, whatever. It's our last chest in the last run. We open this and then we heartsman. Oh, what realm am I playing? Dr. Stein, I'm playing on Thunderstrike EU, brother. There we go. And we're back. Welcome back. And our boots are off now anyway. All right. Well, that was nice, kind of. Oh, I swear to God, I'm gonna shoot somebody. What is this bullshit? Why does that keep happening? That's so tilting. You know what? We're gonna just Hearthstone anyway. We're gonna leave that chest in. Do you know what we might do actually? Let's try and combat chest it. Let's try and burst them down. Let's try and kill them. Yes. Let's. We're not going to use anything too crazy. We're just going to use a stamina. We have a. I'll use a thistle tea. And let's get warp spring coil in there. And bloodlust brooch. Yeah, we need to swap back into our full DPS set. It's 2 minutes on evasion, but I am actually going to wait. So I want to see if we're geared enough to be able to combat chest this, because this has happened twice in a row now. I couldn't open this chest because of the vanish bug. It's very, very annoying. And you're losing a chest then in every run where that happens. And it happens quite often with this chest. There's lots of complaints on the Rogues Diary Discord about it. So it's an issue. And there's only 2 chests in each lockout, right? In each instance. So it's a big deal. But if we're geared enough to be able to kill them, and we are going to sap the Oracle here, we're just going to burst these down, because these guys, you know, they're melees, right? They're just evasion. And then with her, we'll just cloak her. And we can kick, and we can also Will of the Forsaken. So we're actually going to distract these guys here to buy ourselves as much time as humanly possible. I'm going to sap her. I'm going to open on him. And our evasion wasn't even off cooldown yet, so let's do that. We should be able to distract them again. We've got 8 seconds. That's good for our bandage. Can we kill her in 8 seconds? Is the question. Let's put our Cloak of Shadows on now in case she fears us, and we don't want to get feared into either of those big guys. We are going to kidney shot here. And we got a lovely proc. And we're going to vanish as soon as we can. Heal is perfect. Vanish. It's done. It's done. Never again shall we lose loot unnecessarily because of a retarded vanish bug that Blizzard won't fix. New strat for chest 1, yes. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're geared enough now to be able to kill them. Sap the healer, burst down the 2. And that's, it's not like we got lucky. That's easily repeatable. In fact, we didn't even wait for our evasion to be off cooldown before we started. If evasion was off cooldown first, we wouldn't have had the healing pot never. So it was actually harder than it should have been. Okay, that's good news. We can combat chest that one. And because we kill 3 mobs for that chest, we get an extra chance at more loot. So that's slightly improved the farm, which is nice. I wonder if Harp Spec would work too. It would, but the problem with Harp Spec is you don't have access to Shadow Step. And you really want to have Shadow Step in there for the shenanigans with the long pulls, unfortunately. You really want to have Shadow Step. In MT, it's not a big deal, but because you're just sneaking through and killing packs. But in SV, it is a massive deal. Now, you're probably right that it could be possible to do it. You could, I mean, if your question was, can you kill that 3-pack in Harp Spec? 100%, no problem, because you've got Adrenaline Rush Blade for it, you've got prep, you could you can double evasion just like there, except, and you've got more armor pen because of serrated blades, and you've got 10% more attack power. Like harp spec is really, really, really good against trash as well. It's very, very nice. Oh, that's nice. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to go back in there and do that again. That was very satisfying. Oh, I forgot to do this last night and it was a pain in the hole. So. $414 and this is SV4. Save. And now we're going to go to our calculator. And what do we currently got? SV 370 gold per hour, and that was 3 runs yesterday. So what we need to do, I had to do some high school math research earlier on again. So our average is for SV is 370 gold, and that was over 3 runs. So what we actually have to do is multiply this by 3, and then we need to add what we currently got, which is 414. It's 35 silver, so we're going to leave it at 414. But if this was 51 silver, I would make it 415. I will round up or down just to keep it stupid simple. So then we add it to 414, and then we divide this by 4. And our gold per hour just went up from 370 gold per hour to 381. So let's update that. Okay. I mean, harp spec for that burst trap for chess, yeah, 100%. That will work, 100%. No problem. No problem. The when I was keeping an eye on my burst yesterday with my full combat spec here, because I know what my burst is with this setup with harp, because I just got Talon on Wednesday, and I love looking at my DPS meter in Mana Tombs to see what new caps I'm hitting, what's my new peak when I get really lucky and with all my hits, crits, and procs and so on. And 2.2k is the highest burst that I got in harp with this setup. And then yesterday I got a 2.2k burst with full combat swords, and the average was 1.3k over all the combats in 5 lockouts in this sword spec, and my average in harp was 1.3k. So it's the same damage. The reason why you don't use harp on bosses is because while you can get the same burst out of it, for sustained DPS, you need combat potency. You know, and surprise attacks is nice as well, but it's not that big a deal. But combat potency is, without this is giving you just so much energy for longer fights. Then again, I've never tested harp on bosses, so I wonder, but I don't think. Karazhan, maybe. That might be fun. Okay, I'm going to go for a quick smoke, and we're going to bang out 3 lockouts of this. Sorry, 5 lockouts of this. And Maybe I'll go another hour. I don't know. We'll see. So chest one is a 3-pack. Okay, we got a disconnect. Well, welcome back to me and to you. For those of you that missed what I just said, which is all of you if it was disconnected, I just realized that that method can now be used on any chest that is a 3-pack. So chest 1 is a 3-pack, chest 2 is not, chest 3 is a 3-pack, so we can just combat that one. Chest 4 is not, and chest 4 is always 3 casters. That will be the hardest one to do, even if we get better gear and we can do 4-packs. Chest 5 is always 4. Chest 6, I think that can be a 3-pack, but I'm not sure. And chest 7 is always 4. And then chest 8. So that's 3 and possibly 4 of the chests we can now just combat, which is really nice. Let's just use our sprinter. Is it going to be a worm chest or is it going to be a tomb chest? It's a tomb chest. I don't know, my poison's on. I keep shiving. It's forced to have it. It's such a waste with talent. You don't shiv with talent. just so good. With Latros and well, with Blink Strike, it's a waste as well because you're hoping for that Blink proc, which you don't get with Shield. Distract them, but not the big guy. Oh, it resisted, or it missed him. I think we can loop these safely anyway. And he'll be in evade when oh, he was a leader, so this guy ran back. Got it. Got it. Ruby first chest, let's go. Boots. Okay. LPS, nice. Forgetting to spec swap again. Okay, so we have this chest. So let's just play it safe. Gotta wait for 40 seconds. So this is the only time I ever pickpocket in here anymore. When I'm waiting for my we want this to get about 15:30 and then it'll be ready. Forgot where my macros were for a second. $1.9K burst. Not the best we can do, but not bad. Oh shit. Well, it doesn't matter, we can just subtract the okay, I need to change some settings around. I need it to reset. That's all right, I'll figure it out. We'll just yeah, minus whatever the last one was. 360 something from the final total here, and you'll get the mounting value. But that's annoying. I don't want to have to be doing that every time we swap. Oh, rich, lovely. Did you fix your stream? I did. When you say fix your stream, do you mean in general from like the last week or because of the disconnect we got yesterday? I'm assuming you're talking about last week. Yeah, I fixed it. I'm using a piece of software called V2RayN, which is what the Chinese streamers use. And it's not a VPN technically. You rent commercial lines, commercial routing lines that go underneath the Great Firewall. So that line is the danger line. Once they cross that, which one he's going to run back if he's the leader, or he's going to run forward. Okay, so he's the leader, so we can. I was going to say you can sap in, but I was already installed and I just dropped out of it, so whatever. So as soon as they cross this line, we're good. Yeah, basically we fixed the stream. We've got V2AN and we're routing all of our applications and desktop apps that connect to the internet through V2AN, including OBS and the stream, obviously. And then we've tunneled World of Warcraft separately through an app called UU Booster, which is another Chinese company. And that also routes underneath the Great Firewall. Whereas in a way the VPNs don't. VPNs are supposed to get around the Great Firewall, but what happens is Chinese government and whatever agency is in charge of their networking is it's a constant cat and mouse game between the VPN companies and the Chinese network agencies. And they're constantly updating and getting around the VPN, and the VPN is constantly updating and getting around them. The problem with that for us is that if we're using a VPN, like Surfshark, for example, which was working very well last year, it's working very badly this year because the Chinese have patched various shenanigans that they were using, which means it takes ages to connect. It's a pain in the arse. You know, I'm getting dropped off stream, and also, more importantly, the VPN was forcing UU Booster to route through it, and UU Booster was specific. I got that specifically to tunnel its own, so it's on a split network. It took about a week. It was very technical and complicated. It cost me about $800 all in. I paid for 2 separate VPNs, $150 worth of data, the V2AN commercial line rental, UU Booster. It was a pain. It was an absolute pain in the ass. But long story short is, yeah, we got it fixed. And now we're flying. And we currently get 178 MS, which is really good for China. When I was living in Bangkok, which is more westerly, closer to EU technically, I was getting 250 to 300 MS. And now with the EU booster, I'm getting 178, and it's often in the 130s. So this is actually quite high for a EU booster. All right, worm chest, we're opening, and we're tab targeting, getting them down as low as possible without killing. Tab targeting, we should have evasioned. Over to the next guy. One last guy here. And now we're gonna cloak and blade flurry. And just kill them all in one fell swoop. That's the worm chest method. Spec swap. You can probably get away with just jumping here. No, so we will prep and vanish. You can sometimes get over there without pulling either. And that's good. Neither of these chests, we don't have to hang around and wait for a blade flurry. Nice one. Chest and a mine. Oh, we got 23 seconds for Blade Fairy, so let's just get the mine. $2.2K. Not bad. Scroll of Intellect, it was trash. But we got a green. And you know what we forgot to do again? Always forget. Okay, so it's going to be over here. It's not rich. It would have been nice if it was. Just buying ourselves a little bit of extra time because we have to spec swap anyway. So we can keep them there. Then when we sap this guy, they'll still be going that way. And that's perfect timing for him. I don't know if our blind, yeah, our blind should be up. So we're going to cheap him, blind him, Blade Flurry. It's kind of up to you when you want to Cloak of Shadows here. You can do it on these guys. I'll do it now. Not a great burst there. 1.3K. Pretty bad. 8 seconds. They're probably going to pull. Almost certainly have a vanish. I just want to see if they do pull. Yeah. That's fine. If you don't have very good gear here, you actually only need to kill this guy and this guy. These two over here are far enough away that if you sap him, blind him, and then burst these two down over here, and then vanish, and you can just mine it. I did equip 2 Latros and got the blue Honor PvP set and recorded footage to put into the Manitoum's farming guide, but I hadn't finished it, and it was annoying, and it was taking me a while. And I just realized, hold on, all you need to do is just do it in this gear, and then for any of the chests that you don't actually use Adrenaline Rush on, which are the first 2 chests in the first room, the Mana Worm chest, the first 5 possible chests, which is the first chest cluster. I don't use Adrenaline Rush on. I save it for the next chest. But if you have lower quality gear, you simply have to use Adrenaline Rush on both chests, which means you use it on the first one and then you have to wait 5 minutes to use it on the next one. That's it. And that's enough. Yeah, if you have bad gear or just like pre-raid gear or starter gear for this farm, then for every pack, regardless of what the pack is, you use Adrenaline Rush and you use Blind and you sap one at the start. And if you have to use Pistol and your evasion, obviously, you just burst all your cooldowns and use them in the right order, and you're good. But when you have gear like this, you don't really do that, obviously. Just Blade Flurry and Evasion and Cloak of Shadows, depending on the pack. Those are the only ones you really need. I'm not going to bother spec swapping now. We're too close to the entrance. I'll just sprint in, and if it's one of the first two chests, hopefully we'll get lucky. We can just jump straight into it. Nope. Nope. Shame. When you're used to having 15% increased speed and stealth, not having it feels really, really slow. Arm chest. Let's see if we can get a proc straight away. We got it. Lovely. But it's some zealotry again. Wow. All right. I'll take it. I will take it. Huh. Who'd have thunk it? I don't want to waste time. We might as well just. No chest, no chest. All right. This is kind of fun though. Like I love SV and I love MT, but I'm really enjoying doing them back to back as well. Look, you get the best of both worlds, and we get to compare the gold farm, and you never really get bored then, you know? The only issue is at the end of MT, because it takes half an hour or 40 minutes. You got 20 minutes you need to hang around. I've got a chest left and got this one right. But these packs can patrol away from the mine, so we can actually distract them, still mine it. And make sure I don't pull that guy. Maybe that's good. I should spec swap it, just to be safe. We might pull if he gets too close. like that. Ah, it was a 2-tap. Sweet. Okay, we got a poison, but we're gonna wait for. I will cloak it now. Being able to tab target and hit blind and tab back quickly is really, really, really useful skill. Nice. Okay, third run done. We're just gonna crack the sprint again. Tech, I like that. That's a nice name. Let's have a look at them. Blink, Latros, Arcanite, nice. Coil, yep. Lethality, Coronas, it's very nice. Full Death Mantle and Brigands, oh, very nice. Super Dark Reavers, it's joint this with this one, but it does not look as good. That's why he's not wearing it. Choker of Violent Intent, he missed the Amulet of Bitter Hatred. He missed the Midsummer event. But pretty nice. He's pretty much where I was. I mean, I have the better ring. We have the same trinkets. I had these weapons up to last Wednesday. He's got a better vest. I got a better neck and a better ring. So it's pretty much the same. He greets me warmly. I bow before him. I like that name, though. That's cool. No chest left, no chest right. I mean, honestly, we could swap to our boots just to speed things up, you know? And if you're struggling with the worms or any particular early on when you're learning the farm and your gear isn't great, having the belt and the boots is really, really useful. So shit, I'm in the wrong spec. Let's blind him then. I mean, you can still do this in subtlety, but I'm literally clicking my keybinds now because They're not set up for combat at all. Oh, you want to? Ah, bollocks. I don't even have slice and dice on my bar, but anyway. When you're geared, you don't need to be good. Oh, what a shit show. What an absolute shit show. Oh, that's funny. And a talicite. I mean, if I've ever deserved a talicite, it was for that. Absolute debacle. Now, two dark bastards. Interesting. He's not in shadow form. Oh. He just popped it. It's strange. Okay, we spec swap. We don't have evasion, but we don't need it. We're going to sap the priest and we're going to burst the two dark casters down. If we distract him here, we might be able to have enough time to get the chest. More than enough time. Still not a great burst, 1.8. But we didn't even we didn't get a single shadow of pain. We didn't even have to use our float, which is nice. Is it rich? It is. In that case, sap the leader and buy yourself all the time you need. Still missing the note and the mirror. I'm sorry, I'm retarded. It's late, I'm tired, and there's a hole in the side of my head. The note and the mirror. The note and the mirror. You have to wait for 19 minutes. Ah, because of the rollover. I do like that little bit of RP. The voice acting is very, very good. And Nexus Prince Shafar has a lot of character. The voice has a lot of character, and the writing, how he says it, you know, it's yeah, I like it. So that one. Oh, we might need to distract here actually. Yeah. Because he's going to come out of blind right when they were going to run into us. Oh, this is going pretty badly. Okay. Would be spawned. Yeah, we got super unlucky with our hits and crits there. If we sap him and mine, he'll aggro and then he'll chain aggro them anyway, so we can't do that. We do have to kill him. And we need to wait for 15 minutes to do our last Mana Tombs run, which we have to do. We can't just take the gold that we've earned already, divide it by 4, and then multiply it by 5, because it wouldn't really be true, you know? 24 seconds, okay. We can prep it to vanish. Oh, we don't have any vanishing powder. All right, so we pickpocket. Pickpockets and vanishing powder. One strong jump box, lovely. That will probably have it. Yeah, 3 flash powder. Rogues. Everything provides. We need something, we steal it. You know? You want some chests to go steal something. You want some mines, just sneak in there and steal. Or you want vanishing powder, you want to make some poisons, you want some healing potions. Yeah, just steal it. Everything is up for grabs. So this guy, I think we'll disperse this guy down. We'll shadow step into eviscerate so we get that 20% extra damage. Cloak of shadows. Oh, we can't vanish. It's on cooldown. Oh, we've got prep. Okay. We prep. And now we can mine safely. So look at this guy. Full death mantle. Nice. He missed the neck. Rod of the Sun King. Very nice. I do want to get my hands on that. Just to have it, and I need to test it for a few different things. Natural is lovely. It's very good. It's better than Blink. It's not as good as Talon. So Talisman is nice. It's better than Romulo's. It's on par with Bloodlust Breach. Not as good as VST. Riding Crop, forgot to swap it. Lethality is good. Recalcitrant, fine, but a little dated. Edgeworker's Biss. Oh wow, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Out of 100 deaths. Robic. Let's have a little look, see. That is logs. World of Warcraft. Let's get into Warcraft logs. We have a little bit of time to wait anyway for our next lockout. Okay, let's see if I can. Nice Vash parse. This is Grobik, the guy sitting outside teams. 75.3, decent. Fine. More than good enough. 89.3, not bad. 93 on Gruul. It's pretty good. Let's see his Karazhan. 56.9. Karazhan's a tricky one to parse in though, because so many sweaties parse so hard that they raise the bar in phase one. And also, it's very... The delta between people who parse Karazhan and people who just pug it is huge. So it's tricky. It took me until phase 3 to get to a legendary parse in Karazhan. I was trying to crack 95 for so long. And I only cracked 95 in Kara this phase. Not with Talon, but and I still have, look, you know, very sub. I mean, but it's annoying because you can't find people to, unless you get lucky and you get the parses, or you're in the comp early on. Nobody wants to. None of my guilds want to do it, and I'm not in the parsing guild anyway. So I'm not always in the BIS comp, and we're not running BIS parsing strategies, and half the raid isn't using all the cons that they could. So it's kind of, you have to kind of get lucky to parse. I did get a nice High King Mulgard recently, which was really nice. 3.9k. It was at 4.7, and for some reason, just toward the end of the fight, last 5 seconds, the DPS slowed down and killing him for some reason, which was really, really annoying because it was at 4.7. If people, and nobody in my guild pops consumables like haste pots and stuff for this, or destruction pots for this, because they're just trying to, we finish SSC, we finish TK, and they're just going into Gruul because it's mandatory to go into Gruul afterwards to finish the World Tour. So a lot of people aren't trying to parse it. But if I had gotten to 4.7, that would have been pretty nice. But yeah, what's my realm? I think that's my best. It's fairly annoying that it changes all of your everything downstream from the raid once you actually do it. All of the recorded fights for this boss are private. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? fuck? Anyway. I, hey, I could literally go, literally go back to Shatra, send all my stuff over, fly back. I don't know what's up with that. All the logs are private thing. That's weird. That's never. I've been checking. I've checked that a number of times over the last month. I'd say once I got when I got that 3.9, I think I'm ranked 7 on the server for that boss. So every week when I would update my logs after the raid, I would update and see if the rankings had changed for it. So I've been able to check it every week for 3 weeks, and now that it says they're private, this is very strange. Oh, we're ready to go for the next raid anyway. 10, 25, 7. 17, 17. More than enough of those. And those. I keep forgetting the last 2 raids. I forgot to switch to Adamantite Sharpening Stone for Void Reaver. And to switch to Adamantite Sharpening Stone for Hiking Mulgar. You don't want Deadly Poison. Well, I mean, you can usually get 5 stacks up on them, but the combat lasts pretty short at this stage. I think the Addy Stones are probably a little bit better. Okay, 414 gold was what we got out of SV. So that's 216 gold so far. We need to do our last lockout. And then we'll add that to the average. $216 gold. So it looks like the MT Manitoul's average is, unless we get lucky with a living ruby or a couple of gems, the MT average is actually going to drop once we hit 4 runs. Two and a half minutes. All right, let's have a quick look at what we're still looking to get in terms of loot. Well, obviously, we need BST. Let's put a star on that one. We do want Robert the Sun King, but not for MS. We want it for other things. And I suppose it would be nice to get the neck, just to have the option to switch it out at some point. Hygel, just gonna put everything that can be good. Deadly Coughs are good. Unbreakable Will, no. Infamy, if we don't get Glaives or Season 3. That's a good belt. I'm gonna star it anyway because it could be a good filler. It's not this, but it could be a good filler. Oh, there's something else in here that I was theory crafting that's really nice because it's a throwback to Blackwing Glare. Remember Angelista's Grasp? It was a 2-spell hit caster belt from BWO. And now it's Angelista's Sash. I like that when you see continuation or continuity in we obviously want that. Nope. Ah, I think that's our bis. That's our bis, yeah. That could be nice. Okay, I think we're good to go here. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to Blade Flurry. Okay, nothing to write home about, but we did get a green from the mob, so that's nice. What did we say it was? 414 from SV. 32, 232 gold. Okay, so the chest is there. We're not going to wait for Adrenaline Rush. We're just going to use Blade Flurry. You don't even need Adrenaline Rush on any of the packs at this gear level. But it is nice to have it when you've got double Dark Casters and such. Okay, Blade Flurry should be coming off cooldown sometime soon. Okay, it's up. Oh, he hit me with another Shadow Word Pain. We will be able to survive this because we can still heal pot. Oh shit, maybe not. Let's wait for it to tick. And then we do this. And then it ticks. And we wait for it to tick again. And then we do this. Yeah, okay, we're good. But yeah, that Shadow Word Pain is well nasty. That's very strange. Sorry, my camera stopped working, so I'm just gonna disable it for now. I'm gonna just go with voice. Dzan84. Did you try using PvP trinket instead of free action potion? Yes. On my server, they cost almost 4 gold each. Yeah. PvP trinket can work as well. You do PvP trinket and because you can get double netted, right? And it happened to me twice within like a couple of different lockouts, which is enough to tilt me to. So if you do get improved sprint and you macro it to your boots, that will remove the net. But as you're bursting away, you can actually get re-netted. So then you need to have your PvP trinket, or you do it the other way around. You macro the trinket to your boots, and then you use the sprint if you get re-netted. But yeah, it works. So the reason why I didn't use it before, because I wanted both of these trinkets up, Charm of Alacrity and Moreau's Pocket Watch. But because I haven't done this in 2 months, like SV, and I'm just getting back into it now, and I've got so much extra agi from my gear. Okay, we're going to pull here, I think. We got lucky. If you sap him at the end, I think this guy's the leader. It's usually this guy. Yeah. Sometimes when you, there you see. Sometimes when you sap him, this guy comes over this side, and I think he will pull now. If he stays there, you can mine this. Yeah, he will. Yeah, we got it anyway. I'll show you now. So if you have a look at the dodge rating here, 41.2 or 42, 41.97. And evasion, I just realized that I've got 10% extra dodge that I don't need, which means I can swap a trinket out. So now it will work perfectly. So if I use my evasion and I have these trinketed macro to it, so watch this. Yeah, I have 117, 118 dodge rating, which is insane. However, when you are in SV, you have these gloves on, you have the belt on, you know, your dodge rating goes, now the trinket's dropped off, but your dodge rating goes down to 110 basically. And because it's Charm of Alacrity, you can see there, it gives 10.15% dodge. We can actually swap that out for the PvP trinket then, in that case. Which is a nice thing to discover earlier on. Now I swapped it out for the Gnomish cloaking device just so it's always up and I don't have to swap it or forget to swap it when I don't have my prep or vanish, and then get back to a chest and realize I can't actually drop combat. But the PvP trinket would be perfect now for this. Do I feel like Shadow Red stuff drops more in MT? No. It's definitely an RNG thing, you know. I've definitely gotten more Shadow Red stuff from SV, but that's only because I've run more SV than I have MT. A lot more. But if someone held a gun to my head and said, like, does Shadow Res gear drop more often in MT or SV? I would say, and if you get it wrong, like, you know, if you get it wrong, you die, and I know the answer. I would just say, no, it's totally RNG random. If my life depended on it. I'm so tempted to go back into SV because of this new combat strat on three pack chests. But I have training in the morning, so we're not gonna push it. And I just got a tooth taken out today. Okay, that's come back to me twice. I'm just gonna disenchant it. Nice, we had a large brilliant shard for that. It was unexpected. Oh no, a large brilliant shard. Greater planar, nice. 5 dust is decent. 2 dust is not. A large prismatic shard from a green. Nice. That was almost certainly an SV green. Boots will give an LPS as well. That was 61. Small prismatic. That was a green, but still really nice to get it from a green. So we're getting very nice on our shard RNG here. That was 64. This is 64. This is Mana Tombs. Greater planar. 64 Mana Tombs. Oh, obviously it's all. Oh no, it's going to be a mix because I sent stuff over from both. Or did I? Greater planar. LPS guaranteed. Level 70. Green. 5 arc and dust. Level 70 sword. Large prismatic shard. Nice. From a green. This is one of the benefits to SV. You know, this screen here was a Manitoum screen. And we got, when you get lucky and you get a shard out of a Manitoum screen, it's one of these. Generally. But Steamvault, so it can be LPS. Okay, the gems aren't selling. Interesting. Then again, it's Sunday, raids are about to start. It's 7:30, so maybe in a few hours when I wake up, it'll probably be sold. Nice to see Primal Water back up to like 20 gold again. Really, really nice. I didn't think they were going to bounce back, but they have. Ruby's bounced back, Topaz bounced back, Primal Waters bounced back. Shards and enchanting mats just steadily keep growing. They kind of stabilized at the shards generally go up to like 23 or 24 though on Wednesdays. But not as much now, I think, because most people have gotten the gear. It's more so start to mid phase when you get when the enchanting mats really start selling. I think I'll bank those actually. Okay, that melatonin tablet is kicking in. I'm super tired. I know I'm gonna sleep now. And it doesn't even matter that it's still like 33 degrees in the room. I wonder, when I see this, I wonder if this is somebody like an auction house trickster who puts things. I've seen people undercutting cloths, putting them in for like 50 silver less. And I have a feeling like they're putting it there so that when people auto put it in, they just buy up all the things that the people auto put it in for and make like 50 silver on each one. Maybe they've got a script that's running, but I feel like that's the case because I see this often now. Like they'll pick an asset and then they'll just undercut it by, you know, whatever it is, 10%, 5%, or some some amount that's worth their while to undercut it by, and then they just constantly scan the auction house. This is just my theory, but they would constantly scan the auction house for those items that they've undercut and buy up anything that people list and then relist it. $324 at 2 gold 34. That's like about 750 gold. 556 at 167 is around a little bit under 1,000 gold. $900 gold, 900-ish. All right. 200 gold. Let's buy some hay spots. Do we want to buy hay spots or do we want to buy demon slaying? Let's see. If hay spots are under 1550, we'll buy them. Yeah. Oh, nice one. Oh, I've been doing farm in. Oh, Cato, how you doing, brother? Long time no chat. I've been doing farm in Botanica where you spec into improved gouge and then you can snap blind gouge the mobs and pick the nether bloom. Yeah, so somebody in chat yesterday said they saw a shitload of roads going in and out of Botanica, so there's a farm going on there. But I remember looking into it before, like a few months ago, and just on theory, like it seems to me, I could be wrong, I might be missing something, that it can't be anywhere close to 300 gold per hour, right? What do nether bloom sell for? It's not gonna beat Manitoons or SV, right? But it's just a different farm, yeah. Like if you're a herbalist, if people aren't miners and they want to be herbalist, it's a farm that is viable then. Super interesting. I would love to do it as well. There's chests in there as well. That you can definitely get with NG, and maybe with this gear you can get without NG. I did just discover that my gear is good enough now, Cato, that in SV, the first chest, which is a 3-pack, we can just combat that and get it. The third chest, which is the 3-pack, we can just combat that and get it. We don't have to do any long pulls. We don't have to do any NG pulls. So we don't have to use any consumables or waste as much time. So that's pretty nice. Chest 5, I don't know if that's always a 4-pack. It might be, but if it's sometimes a 3-pack, we can get that one. And then of course chest 8 is only a 2-pack, so we can just get that one super easy. So that was really, really nice to discover. It's almost enough to make me want to go back in there now, but I need to sleep. But I will send this 150 gold. We'll repair it up. I'll send 150 gold over and buy his pots. I can feel that melatonin like absolutely like just hammering me with tiredness, which is really good because it's really really hard to sleep over here at the minute. Everybody in the academy is can't sleep because it's so hot. Everybody's up all night and they're tearing each other like these little fights starting and stuff because people are so cranky and grumpy. So yeah, melatonin is the way to go. Well, that's kind of annoying. 70 silver short. 7 for 7. Nobody's going to buy them for 18, but I would sell them for, say, 5. You can turn them in for another one. Not now, but if you've, it's a daily quest, you need 10 of them. You get them from the little guys in the mine, and you can farm them now, but it's not a good gold farm. The drop rate is really bad. Sap, blind gouge, and picking. It's a very satisfying. It's a very satisfying way to get a high value asset because you're literally using like every single one of your CCs at the same time, except for kidney shot. But it's pretty nice. $853 A spots at 1540, you would say. 853 multiplied by 15.4 is 13,136. When they go up to 20 gold each, it'll be worth 17k. And if they ever go up to 25 gold each, it's going to be worth 21,325. The stash. Gold. I feel like Tyrion in Game of Thrones when he discovers the cache of wildfire, you know? That's what that looks like to me. And I just noticed I have one vanishing powder left, flash powder, so I just want to stock up before I hit the hay. Oh. Okay. Swim speed, swiftness, we've got everything we need for SV runs. Tomorrow, as soon as we log on, we can just jump straight into SV. Oh. Bollocks. Today. I forgot to check the All right, you beautiful people. 13 people in the chat. Thank you so much for joining, for chatting. Always a pleasure to have you guys. I'm going to get a good night's sleep now. I've got a tooth taken out today. I've got to start training in the morning. I've got to be up at 7:30. So I need my rest. So I will be back. I'll be streaming. I'm full-time streaming now. Monday to Friday, I'll be streaming in my evenings, which is about any time after 7, between 7 and 10. I'll be streaming. I will be running mana tombs and SV comparisons. We're just going to keep running them through. Just running them through until we decide we're not going to run them through anymore. So we're just going to be doing lots and lots and lots of farming. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to peace out. I will give you an update tomorrow as to when I'm raiding, because on Mondays we get notified. It'll actually probably be Tuesday because I made I was ahead of Europe. And we'll figure out if we're going into doing our world tour on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, and then we'll be back to raiding, streaming raid, which I'm really looking forward to as well. So that's going to be good fun. And hopefully we're in the base comp so we can try and parse. That would be nice. I was exposing for the other rogue in my guild in the last, even though it was his turn to do it for me, I wasn't in the base comp and I didn't want to ask them to switch me around. So I just did it for him. So hopefully I'll be in the base comp this time, and then he'll expose for me, and I have Talon now, so, and I'm almost full base, so we'll see if we can put out some big pumps. I'm looking forward to that. All right, guys, peace. Thank you for joining, and we'll speak soon.